Namaste, my dear friends. These definitions under the GST law, what is displaying on the screen, definitely I am going to consider one way or the other while explaining the provisions of the subsequent chapters. In the subsequent chapters, definitely I am going to take up consideration what is it is, goods, what do you mean by service, definitely I will consider. Will be take up for discussion subsequent chapters. These are all the definitions. I will consider one way or the other. At the same time, before these definitions, there are some few fundamental chapters, namely fundamentals of GST, followed by the GST Council and the GST Network Portal. This and all is one way or the other I am going to use while presenting the subsequent provisions. Now, under these definitions, one should know basically very important manner called as online gaming is an amended provision with effect from 1st October 2023. It was not there. What do you mean by online gaming has been defined? Online gaming means offering of a game on the internet or an electronic network and includes online money gaming. Online gaming, online money gaming. Both are two different nature. Online gaming may involve the money consideration or may not be involved. Online money gaming, obviously the name itself is money involved, consideration is there. That means online money gaming is form part of online gaming, which is playing through internet, which you are aware of that. There are so many online gamings are available in the what we call Google or whatever, maybe the moment you search, so much of gaming are going to come. You can play online game by yourself after downloading that particular application app. Is tax liability and all we discuss. Further, one more point here added, online money gaming definition also be given from 1st October 2023 is an amended provision for our coming exam of May 2024 onwards. Online money gaming means online gaming in which players pay or deposit money or money's worth, including virtual digital asset, in the expectation of winning or money's worth, including virtual digital asset, in any event, including game, scheme, competition, or any other activity or process, whether or not its outcome or performance is based on skill, chance, or both, and whether the same is permissible or otherwise under any other law for the time being in force. I will tell you. Online money gaming. Simple to say, we are playing chess through online. Playing the chess through online. Is a digital asset. If the chess playing through online by causing some bet, some amount. So A versus B using the online platform playing. A won. Now the person who conducting this online money gaming liable to pay GST. It is not exempted one, specifically to tax at the rate of 28% of GST, 14% of CGST, 14% of SGST, interest rate, but in online money gaming and all is IGST will apply at the rate of 28%. Sir, what is the online money gaming where they mention in the given case the skill, performance is based on skill. online money gaming is also based on the skill. Yes, if we are playing the chess is a skill. No, sir, it is not a skill nature, sir. It is by chance, by fluke, I won. In that case, it is called as by chance. What do you mean that? Playing with a digital board asset. What is that digital board? Pre-programmed computer. What is a pre-programmed computer? Let us say the shooting. There are few products: iPhone, Samsung. Thereafter, the what we can call only the cell phone pouch. Other one is like that. Some three or few products. If you these all the products are rotating on the screen, you have to shoot. Correctly, if you shoot, you are the winner. So like that, if you shoot, it may going to be touched to the iPhone, or it may going to touch the iPhone cover, or it may be going to touch none. So like that, by fluke, chance, your winner is also be you are going to pay the money and play. In that case, this is all called as online money gaming using the internet surface playing. The person who carrying out this online money gaming activities is responsible to pay the GST. There is no exemption in the case of online money gaming. Online gaming includes online money gaming from 1st October 2023 onwards. Now, sir, online money gaming, is it goods or is it services? This is very clearly clarified under section 2, subsection 52. The term goods defined under the GST law. Section 2, subsection 52. Goods includes any kind of movable property, which includes actionable claims. Which includes actionable claims. Now, the term actionable claim is already somewhere we referred, no sir, under the schedule 3. Supply excludes actionable claims, no sir. You may ask a doubt. Here, one should also understand schedule 3 of CGST Act. Supply excludes one of the point actionable claims. But there is an amendment again. From 1st October 2023, other than specified actionable claims. Other than specified actionable claims. Under the schedule 3, if you refer, one of the point, supply excludes actionable claims, which is not a supply at all. But in the bracket they mentioned there, other than specified actionable claims. I will show you here. First, let us go to the term goods. Here, section 2, section 52, goods, which includes every kind of movable property, which includes, second point here mentioned what? Actionable claims. They mentioned here actionable claims. If that is the case, actionable claims is goods. Yes, as per the definition of CGST, actionable claims, goods includes actionable claims. But at the same time, if we refer the schedule 3 here itself, schedule 3 which talks about supply excludes, here if you refer here, supply excludes in our page number 17. If you refer here, my dear sir, supply excludes all these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Point number 6, which says that supply excludes actionable claims, but not all actionable claims. They said here, other than specified actionable claims, meaning thereby specified actionable claims is included in the scope of supply, which is form part of the section 2 subsection 52. Therefore, specified actionable claims is called what? Goods. Specified actionable claims is called as goods, which is under the clutches of the scope of supply. Why I am referring so much means specific online money gaming is goods or services, which I am clarifying it is goods only. Reason, online money gaming is form part of specified actionable claims, which is form part of definition of goods. Resultantly, online money gaming will be treated as goods. Sir, what do you mean by specified actionable claims? Goods includes actionable claims. At the same time, what actionable claims goods includes? Specified actionable claims is covered under the term goods. If that is the case, what do you mean by specified actionable claims? We have specified definition for the term specified actionable claims from 1st October 2023 as an amendment for our coming exam of May 2024 onwards. Here I am going to refer to you now. Specified actionable claims means what? Specified actionable claims. Here, your page number 14, it is very clearly mentioned. A new definition has been inserted for the term specified actionable claims. Section 2, subsection 102, capital A. Specified actionable claims means the actionable claim involved in any or by way of betting, gambling, casinos, horse racing, lottery, or online money gaming, meaning thereby betting, casino, gambling, horse racing, lottery, online money gaming, all we called as specified actionable claims, which are none other than dash goods. So, as a result, online money gaming is dash type of supply A, B, C, D. A. Goods. B. Service. C. Goods or services are both. D. Supply excludes. Like that, A, B, C, D. You have to set A as a correct answer for the given case. The online money gaming is the supply of goods nature. Not only that, actionable claims which includes under the term goods is lottery, casino, betting, gambling, horse racing, or the online money gaming. There are 6 points are there. These 6 points you have to keep in mind. Lottery, the betting, casino, gambling, followed by horse racing, lottery, or online money gaming is called specified actionable claims, which is excluded from the exclusion list. Meaning what? Under the exclusion, exception is inclusion. Repeating, under the exclusion, scope of supply, supply excludes actionable claims. Their exception, specified actionable claims, which is includes in the scope of supply. What type of supply? Supply of goods. How can you say? Refer the definition, section 2, section 52, which clearly says that it includes, goods includes actionable claims. Which actionable claims? Only those which are defined under the specified actionable claims. What are they? 1. Betting, casino, gambling, horse racing, lottery, or online money gaming. So, keeping in mind, further referring to you, my dear friends, few important definitions which is required for further study also. Now, I refer to you the term goods, which includes the all kind of movable goods, followed by actionable claims, growing crops identified from the land that are mentioned. Goods excludes, which you are aware of that, goods excludes the transaction in money, goods excludes the securities. Securities includes the forward contract, advanced concept of securities market, derivatives also will come under the securities market, which is neither goods nor services. Now coming to the definition, section 2, subsection 1 or 2, service. Here, service also we have definition under the GST law, because what we are going to talk about, the title itself, goods and services tax. Therefore, what do you mean by goods? In nutshell, we came to know with amended provisions. Now I am referring section 2, subsection 1 or 2, the term service, which has been defined by saying that service includes other than goods, anything other than goods. What is not goods will be called as service. Further, other than money, other than securities, meaning thereby transaction in money is neither goods nor services. Transaction in securities, neither goods nor services. What is not goods, what is not service, outside the scope of the GST law. For example, my dear, my name is, let us say, OK Bank. My name is OK Bank. Your name is practicing chartered accountant. You recently qualified as a CA. You open your own office, CA firm. Now, you need working capital requirement for your firm. Let us say 10 lakh rupees loan you require. You approach the OK Bank. I am the manager of OK Bank. Sir, you want 10 lakh rupees loan? Definitely we provide, sir. Your profession is so great and we know the value of CA. You want 10 lakhs sufficient for you? Definitely we grant, sir, with the interest of 10% sir, per annum. So you are accepted and the loan process taken place. Loan sanctioned to you. How much? 10 lakhs. What is it is? Money transaction. Okay. So OK Bank is given loan of rupees 10 lakh where the interest at the rate of 10% per annum, which is 1 lakh. At the end of the year, honestly, you repaid the 10 lakhs along with the interest of 1 lakh. So, OK Bank received from you 11 lakhs. Given to you 10 lakhs, received from you 11 lakh. This 11 lakh is what? Money only. 10 lakhs is a principal amount. 1 lakh is accretion to the principal amount. Resultantly, both are money only. Now, whether the banker liable to pay GST on such 10 lakhs, the point here says no. Why not liable to pay? Because this 10 lakhs is a transaction in money. That's the reason. Transaction in money. If transaction in money, which is neither goods nor services, therefore this 10 lakhs outside the scope of the GST, a money transaction. Therefore, in nutshell, I will say that no GST. Answer to this here is no GST. There is no GST at all. No GST. In the given case, no GST. On 10 lakhs, no GST. Fine. What about 1 lakh? 1 lakh is also what? Accretion to the principal. Namely, from money, generate the money. Meaning thereby, money that generates money is also money transaction. Resultantly, this 1 lakh transaction, 1 lakh rupee, also no GST. Reason? Because it's a money transaction. This is also money transaction. Are you catching the point? Transaction in money, neither goods nor services. Accretion thereto, also neither goods nor services. Outside the scope of the GST law. We have CBSE circular also in this regard to clarify this. Read out in the given case quickly, fast. Respond to me. Semi-qualified chartered accountants are sitting, best brains of India in front of me, and they have to answer no, my dear friends. No doubt. No doubt. Are you sure? If so, I am going to bring to your notice one particular transaction. Let us see how many of my beloved friends will answer this correctly to me. Let us answer to the given example what I am presenting now. Sir, my name is X&, company. I am buying and selling of laptops. I am basically a trader in taxable goods. I am a registered person. My name is X&, company. I purchased the laptops and you being a buyer approached me, sir. We are the audit firm. We want 10 laptops from you. Then I showed the latest version of 10 laptops. Almost all 10 lakh rupees. And the GST thereon 18%, 1,80,000. 10 lakhs is the value of the taxable supply and GST 1,80,000. Total 11,80,000. You said, sir, could you please permit us to repay your money within a period of 2 months? I said, 2 months you want? Yes, fine. I am selling now on credit basis. You ensure that to pay within 2 months from date of invoice. Suppose if you not going to pay within 2 months from the date of invoice, I am going to be charged to you interest 1 lakh rupee. Are you agree? Then only purchase. Because 11 lakh 80 rupees what I am giving you. If you not pay within 2 months, I will charge from you 1 lakh rupee interest for delay repayment of our sale proceeds. You accept it. No problem, sir. I will pay, sir, within 2 months, sir. So I raise the bill and hand over the goods with a GST of 1,80,000. First month over, second month over, third month also over, fourth month over, sixth month over. I called for, sir, where are you? Where is my money? Then you came as a gentleman and paid to me 10 lakhs worth of the goods, GST 1,80,000 you paid to me, and interest 1 lakh also you paid. Now, in the given case, the 1 lakh interest what earned by X&, company, is it consideration? Is it supply? Liable for GST? Yes or no? Yes, perfectly correct answer. Excellent. Why? Why? Interest in the given case Interest in the given case not liable for GST. In the Exxon company case, interest of 1 lakh for supply of laptops, you are telling liable for GST. Reason here is, in the given case is a money transaction. The main supply loan not under GST. Main supply loan not under GST. Accretion thereon, interest accrued thereon is no GST. In the given case, Exxon company, the main supply laptop under the GST. If so, accretion on that particular value, namely interest, is also under the GST. What rate of GST attracted? The same rate at which the main supply under the GST. What rate main supply under GST? 18%. That is applied for 1 lakh also in the hands of Exxon company. Is there a clarification of the CBIC? Now please come back, my dear friends. What we are referring here is, just we are in the nature of discussing of what? Definitions under the GST. Now, furthermore, I am bringing a notice. Is also an amended provision which one can expect in the examination. A question I am bringing here with regard to the term consideration. One should understand here, what do you mean by consideration also? Consideration, we have definition, section 2, subsection 31. The term consideration, which very often I am going to use in subsequent provisions. Without consideration, supply is not going to attract the GST unless the supply covered under the Schedule 1 of the CGST. Schedule 1 of the CGST what? Schedule 1 of the CGST talks about activities or transaction even without consideration is a supply. There are 4 transactions which I will refer to you in due course. For time being, these 4 transactions you avoid, not required invite now, because this is exceptional nature. Even though without consideration is a supply, namely deemed supply, liable for GST. That is a different concept which I will refer later on. But in general, in principle, if you supply the goods or services which are taxable nature, if there is a case, there must be consideration, because generally when you refer the taxable event under the GST, taxable event under the GST will come into picture only when there must be supply of goods, supply of services, or both. Further, it should be for consideration, and the supply should be a taxable supply, and it should be supplied by a taxable person, and it should be in taxable territory. And moreover, such a supply should be in the course or furtherance of business. Supply should be in the course or furtherance of business. Then only you talk about GST law. What do you mean by supply in the course or furtherance of business? That means to say that personal asset, personal transaction, even if I supply for consideration, that is not going to come under the GST law. For example, I am a retired professor from Anna University where I own my own car, olden days car, 1971 I was purchased it, ambassador car. After retirement, I have no use of it and I am selling to a particular company namely called as Cardeco, namely a used car company. To them I sold for 2 lakh rupees. This is a consideration, is a goods, but it is what type of asset? My personal asset, man. If I supply for 2 lakh rupees, you can't come and ask me to pay the GST and such, because it is in my personal, not in the course or furtherance of business. If it is in the name of the business, if it is in the name of my profession and that has been sold, then maybe there is a GST liability. When it is means, if I am a practice in chartered accountant, I wanted to go to abroad permanently, therefore as a registered person, a particular CF form, where the CF form is owned by Mr. Rafi, and the Rafi is now permanently departing to the USA. In that case, in the name of Rafi and Associates, Chartered Accountants, in that case, in their name, the ambassador car is there. That car is selling as second-hand car. That time the GST liability will come because the supplier is whom? He is a registered person in GST law, and asset is belongs to whom? It is a professional asset. That is a professional person. It is a business asset. Therefore, that supplier will come into picture. That is called in the course of business. So coming back to our regular study, what we are referring here only definition for the term consideration. We have definition section 2 subsection 31. Consideration is a must. What do you mean by consideration? Consideration means it should be paid with expectation in return. Means it should be with reciprocity. What do you mean by reciprocity? Exchanging the things for one of the different, means mutual benefits. You do something for me, I will do something for you. Like that, if the payment is made with the expectation in return something, is called a consideration. What do you mean that? Simple example, you all of them paid fees to Rafi Academy with the intention what? Sir, you please take the fees and teach us and guide us properly the subject of indirect taxes. Thereby we get very good marks in the examination. With that expectation only you paid the fees. Am I right or not? And I told you over phone, sir, you join, I will take care, sir. I will teach the simplified manner to make you understand, sir. Like that, I told you. That means you pay fees to me. I promise you I will teach the subject. So this called as reciprocity. It is the case. If it is so, Rafi Academy received from you is what? Consideration. Consideration means payment with reciprocity. Sir, what about payment without reciprocity? Is only payment, not a consideration. If only payment, which is not a consideration, question of GST does not arise. Sir, పురియ మాదిరి పురియలేదు సార్. అండర్స్టాండబుల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ సార్. అర్థమైనట్లు అర్థం కాలేదు సార్. Payment without reciprocity is only payment, which is not a consideration. What do you mean it? Simple. Your parents, grandparents giving a pocket money to you. Are they expecting anything? You are, they are the very wishes of yours. Simply paying to you. Just have it and spend for the good things. You want to purchase the books? Take it. You want to pay examination fees? Take the money. You want to join Rafi circus? Take the money. Your parents are giving you. Grandparents are well wishes of yours. So, such a payment is only a payment, no consideration. Or otherwise, you are going to Tirumala Tirupati Devastham Tirumala. Or now you are going to Ayodhya, Ram Mandir, where you are going to be donate something in the hundi. Because you have love and affection on the God from your bottom of heart and donating something. Ram Mandir Trust received the payment from you. Is a consideration for them? Absolutely not. Because you have paid without expecting anything in return. It is from bottom of heart you are praying, oh my Lord Ram, please bless us. Should be like that. You are just going there and visiting and donating something. It's called donation. Donation as such, not a consideration, because you are not going to expect anything in return. Such payments is without reciprocity, which is only a payment, not a consideration. Donation not going to be levied the GST, because which is no precondition. Now please come back. Consideration. Here it may be monetary consideration, It may be non-monetary consideration, but it should not be refundable deposit. Consideration should not include refundable deposit. I will provide straight away to professionals a professional example. My name is Life Insurance Corporation of India, LIC of India. I am providing life insurance services to policyholders. One of my product is risk plus saving. Risk plus saving. What do you mean it? Sir, you pay premium every year 1 lakh rupee. We are promising you at the end of the maturity of this policy period, 80% of 1 lakh, every year 1 lakh premium you are paying, na? Whatever premium you paid, on which 80% we promise you we will repay to you at the end of the maturity. Anything happen in between to the life of the policyholder, will pay the compensation to the legal heads. Mr. X taken that policy and paying every year 1 lakh for 20 years. At the end of the 20th year, as promised by LIC at the beginning of the policy period, 80% of the policy amount will be repaid as their saving. So they are going to repay at the end of the 20th year. Mr. X is going to collect it. In that case, risk plus saving. In that case, premium collecting today at the beginning of the period, 1 lakh rupee. Enter 1 lakh rupees a consideration in the hands of the LIC? It is not so. What amount is the consideration? 1 lakh is the premium less refundable deposit at the time of maturity. What percentage? 20%. I mean 80%. 80% of 1 lakh, 80,000. You reduce it. And the balance amount how much? 20,000. That is only taxable supply. That is only consideration to tax under GST law every year during the tenure of the policy period. From the beginning, eliminate what you promised to provide at the end of the maturity is none other than refundable deposit, which is not a consideration in the hands of LIC. LIC is going to pay premium amount less refundable deposit, balance only consideration on which only liable to pay GST. Meaning thereby consideration does not include refundable deposit. Now having this, my dear friends, I am summarizing. Consideration includes monetary values. Consideration includes non-monetary values. Consideration includes forfeited values. Forfeit values means what? It is a very clear agreement where if a party not going to honor the contract, the person who defaulted the terms and conditions has to pay so much as a compensation to the other party, very clearly mentioned in the contract. In such case, such a forfeited values for which supply not taken place also is a consideration, is a deemed supply only. Consideration includes forfeit values. One example. In the given case, Rafi Academy collected the fees from the student. Let us say 10,000 rupees collected. And very clearly said, fees once paid cannot be refunded. At any circumstance cannot be refunded. Student paid 10,000 rupees and before commencement of the classes, he wanted to go to abroad permanently, therefore asked for refund. Then the Rafi Academy management said, sir, as per the terms and very clearly cannot be refunded, sir, because we have been paid the fees, we cut the fees from you and we incurred so much of expenditure for conducting the classes, sir. Again, we can't refund, sir. Difficult for us, sir. It's a terms of contract. You agreed, sir. You signed, sir. Amount forfeited is a consideration. On the other hand, consideration excludes, means it should not include. What are they? Subsidy from government, not a form part of consideration, which again I will explain to you elaboratively this point under the valuation chapter. For the time being, you understand. Refundable deposit, just now I explain to you. Payment without reciprocity is none other than only a payment, not a consideration. Now referring here, one important clarification of the CBSE. Whether the activity of holding shares by a holding company of the subsidiary company will be treated as supply of services or not, and whether the same will attract GST or not. Holding company investing in subsidiary company shares, acquiring the shares. Subsidiary company selling the shares to holding company. Is it a supply? Supply of services? Here the clarification given by saying that no, is a transaction in securities. Resultantly, there won't be any supply of services. Of course, it is not supply of goods also. As per the circular of the CBIC, securities are considered neither goods nor services. Further, securities includes shares. Further, this implies that securities held by holding company, subsidiary company are neither goods nor services. Sufficient. Further, therefore, the activity of holding company shares of subsidiary company by the holding company as per the per se cannot be treated as supply of services. As a whole, holding company to whom subsidiary company sold the shares is not a supply of goods, not supply of services. Per se, it is not a supply to levy the GST. Therefore, there won't be any GST in the given case. GST cannot be imposed. There may be a question in the examination in this regard, because latest circular of this is an amended provision also applicable from May 2024 onwards, where the clarification is given by CBIC. Further, my dear friends, referring here to you, important areas of the definitions which require attention also here. Yes. The term supplier, we have definition, section 2, section 105, where supplier means who supply the taxable goods, taxable services, or both. Now, here there is a new proviso to section 2, section 105 has been added by saying that a new provision from 1st October 2023, what it says? Supplier of service, which includes a person who organizing directly or indirectly specified actionable claims. Sometimes before I said to you, online money gaming, the person who conducted online money gaming is liable for GST as supply of goods, I said. So he is the person who is a supplier liable to pay GST. Who is a supplier? The person who organizes directly or indirectly to supply specified actionable claims is none other than supplier. He is liable to pay GST. Why I am mentioning this means this amendment has its own importance when online money gaming import takes place. Online money gaming import takes place. Import of goods. Generally, import of goods. Who liable to pay GST? Who liable to pay what type of taxes and duties? Department of Customs only will have the uh, power to levy the custom duty. Import of goods. The specified actionable claims, none other than what? Goods. Under that, one of the important point, online money gaming. Online money gaming import of goods. But here the law says Department of Customs has nothing to do to levy any duty in the given case. And it is called as import of goods. Generally, reverse charge concept comes into picture, but here not accepted. If it's online money gaming imported by any person in India, the liability arises to pay GST, 28% of IGST on supplier. Who is a supplier? Refer section 2 subsection 105. It's proviso from 1st October 2023. A person who organizes directly or indirectly to conduct specified actionable claims, including a person who owns, operates or manages digital or electronic platform, we call the supplier of service. In nutshell to say that, summary, it nutshell to say that to provide that a person who organizes or arranges directly or indirectly supply of specified actionable claims, including a person who owns or operates or manages digital or electronic platform of such supply shall be deemed to be the supplier of such actionable claims. In that case, supplier liable to pay GST, even though online money gaming, which is called as specified actionable claims, also declared as supply of goods. Import of that goods taken place, Department of Customs has no right or no what we called power to levy the duty. It is only the IGST will be levied by the GST department. Where who liable to pay GST? Supplier liable to pay GST, namely the online money gaming supplier who conduct directly indirectly with using internet surface. Now the point arises, sir, supplier is sitting outside India, no sir. How can he pay the GST, sir? He should have to have a registration in India. Sir, he is conducting almost a pan-India basis, no sir. In each state, he required to get registered or not required to get registered. For such online gaming supplier of services, should have to have one registration, single registration sufficient to pay IGST. Only IGST level to pay. What rate? 28%. Sir, online money game wala says, I am in outside India, Singapore. So what? Hey, Mr. Online Gaming Service Provider, Supplier, the supplier of the goods, you should have to have a place of business in India to pay GST. If not, at least you have to have a representative in India to pay the GST. So, supplier liable to pay GST. So, to decide that who is a supplier, refer proviso to section 2, subsection 105 from 1st October 2023 onwards. This is an amended provision. One can expect in the examination. Further, we have furthermore definitions like a taxable person, taxable supply. Thereafter, the term business, the term of business, what we can call here, mm, uh, person liable to pay GST. So like that, there are so many definitions we have. We will be furthermore discussing while discussing the provisions. Now, I am going to be referred to you the important area, scope of supply. Scope of supply, how to understand. Scope of supply divided into two parts. Supply includes, on the other hand, supply excludes. Supply includes section 7, section 1, class A, class AA, class B, class C. Supply includes section 7.1a, 7.1aa, 7.1b, 7.1c. On the other hand, supply excludes section 7, subsection 2, class A and class B. To have the thorough understanding on it, supply includes 7.1a, which says that all form of supply of goods or services are both, such as 1. Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease or rental or disposal. 8 points. Sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental or disposal. These all should be supplied in the course or furtherance of business and should carry the consideration. It should be for consideration. Then only it is a supply. Sir, I am a rich person. I have purchased furniture by paying the GST and I am not claiming the input tax credit, sir. Why not claiming the input tax credit by you being a rich person? Because, sir, I have opted composition levy scheme. Oh, you opted the composition levy scheme? Yes, sir. So, composition levy scheme wala not eligible to avail the input tax credit, which you are aware of that. Otherwise, I am going to explain to you furthermore as a chapter. Composition levy scheme, the person who is going to pay the GST at 0.5% CGST, 0.5% GST, being a manufacturer or a trader, or the 2.5% GST, CGST, 2.5% SGST, being a restaurant fellow or a service provider other restaurant, liable to pay CGST, SGST 3% each, which is far lesser values than the normal values. Therefore, there won't be any eligibility to claim input tax credit. So, such a person, being a registered person, purchase the furniture, input tax credit not availed on that. That asset after some time has been donated or freely given to a charitable institution. In that case, there is no consideration. In that case, it cannot be called transfer under the GST to levy the GST because there is no consideration. Consideration is must when the transactions are sale, supply, sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental or disposal. Undoubtedly, it should be in the course or furtherance of business. I told sometimes before, sir, I am a retired professor. I own my old ambassador car. I sold, which is my personal nature, which is not a in the course or furtherance of business. Then it won't be covered in the Schedule 1, name is Section 7, Section 1, Class A. It won't cover. Now, supply includes, you understand, what are they? They should be following: sale, transfer, barter, exchange, license, lease, rental or disposal. For consideration in the course or furtherance of business. Further, Class AA to Section 7, subsection 1. What this particular Class AA says here? This Class AA says The activities or transactions are by a person other than an individual to its members or constituents or vice versa for cash, deferred payment or other valuable consideration. They said here activities or transactions by a person other than individual to its members or constituents or vice versa. Members to the given person who is other individual. Sorry. How to understand this? A residential welfare association (RW). This residential welfare association formed by whom? The members of the particular apartment. Excuse me, sorry. Now, repeating here, in the given case, particular apartment, the name of the apartment, Green Tree Apartment, where there are 10 flats are there. All of them 10 flats members form the association, Residential Welfare Association, which is other than an individual. Now, that association provide the services or supply the goods, as the case may be, or both, to their members for consideration is a supply. Otherwise, the members of the association provide these services to the association, also supply if there is a consideration. There must be consideration. Meaning thereby, a person other than individual, in the given case, a residential welfare association, for example, provide goods or services or both to their members for consideration is supply, covered under supply, scope of supply, or vice versa. Members provide the services or goods or both to their association, is also supply if it is for consideration. No consideration, then not a supply. What is not a supply? In that case, we cannot cover under the GST law. Section 7, subsection 1, class AA. Further, class B, very important to note. Import of services for consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business, very important. Import of service. How to understand? Refer section 2, subsection 11 of IGST. Section 2, subsection 11 of IGST Act. IGST Act. There, import of services means location of supplier of service outside India. Location of supplier of service outside India. What do you mean by India? We have definition. India not only boundary lines but also extended into the surface of the sea up to 200 nautical miles. If location of supplier outside India means it should be beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline. Such supplier provide these services to the recipient. Recipient should be in India, taxable territory. The place of supply should also falls in India, meaning location of supplier outside India, recipient is in India, place of supply also in India. Then it is called as import of services. And such import of services must for consideration. If there is no consideration, such import of services not going to cover under section 7 subsection 1 clause B. It is not called as supply includes. How to understand, sir, this point? Assume a scenario. My name is Info Limited, located, registered in Chennai, Tamil Nadu under GST law. Info Limited in Tamil Nadu. Registered person. Received some services from A Incorporation of USA. A Incorporation of USA. What service received? Technical assistance services from A Incorporation of USA and paid for that $10,000. Location of supplier A Incorporation outside India. Location of recipient Info in India. Place of supply in India. And that import of services for what? Consideration. Covered under the clutches of section 7(1)(b). If so, covered in the scope of supply. If you ask me, so who will liable to pay GST, sir? Supplier liable to pay GST or recipient liable to pay GST? Prima facie in the given case, recipient liable to pay GST under the reverse charge mechanism, which I will again elaborate in the chapter called as reverse charge mechanism. Further, my dear friends, referring here, section 7, subsection 1, capital A. Right? Capital A, first C is there. One important point is there. Section 7, subsection 1, clause C, 7(1)(c), which says activities or transactions which are covered under the schedule 1, even without consideration, is a supply. What a beauty point here. This is what important to note. Here you should give the attention, my dear friends. This has its own importance. This has its own importance. VVIMP. It is nothing but section 7, subsection 1, clause C. Activities or transactions covered under the schedule 1 is called what? Supply. Even without consideration. What are they? There are 4 transactions. One need to have commendable understanding, not simple. I know, sir, not so. It should be thorough understanding, not simple understanding. First point, permanent transfer of what? Business asset. Permanent transfer or disposal. What? Mainly to talk here is business assets, where input tax credit has been availed on such asset. If I have purchased the asset to use in the course or furtherance of my taxable output supply, being a registered person, by payment of GST, I purchased the asset. What asset I purchased? Machinery purchase. What value I purchased? 5 lakh rupees purchase. GST paid thereon, let us say 18%, 90,000. The bill value 5 lakh 90,000. I have capitalized rupees 5 lakhs. I have taken the input tax credit rupees 90,000. I availed it while paying the GST output and liability of mine. This rupees 90,000 inward capital goods, I have utilized the credit. After some time, that capital asset, what I purchased the machinery, giving freely to my, let us say, friend company, a friend company. Freely I am giving. Because I want to have modernization of my business. Therefore, this asset I'm giving freely. No consideration. But, hey, Mr. Have you availed the ITC on such asset? Availed, sir. Utilize also, sir. Sufficient. This asset what you disposed of, though no consideration, deemed supply. You are able to pay GST on such disposal of that asset because you have availed the input as script. Suppose if you establish saying that no sir, I have not availed the input as script sir, when I purchased the asset for 5 lakh rupees by payment of GST rupees 90,000, I have capitalized 5 lakh 90,000 for my depreciation under section 32 of the Income Tax Act, where I have claimed the depreciation block of assets on 5 lakh 90,000. I have not availed the input as script at all on such asset. Oh, very good. That asset only I am giving freely to my friendly company, to my one of the friend open a new company, to him I given as a freely, as a gift. In that case, you are no longer under section 7, subsection 1, class C. You may be section 7.1 class A. To section 7.1 class A, there must be what is required. Class A, consideration required. Here no consideration. Therefore, as a whole, your transaction not covered under the scope of supply. Such a transfer of asset to your friendly company not liable for GST. Your friend opened a new company, to donate it to them. In that case, no consideration, no GST. If you have been availed the input tax credit on such asset and given as a donation to somebody else, is a supply, even without consideration, covered under Schedule 1. So, first point, permanent transfer or disposal of business asset on which input tax credit has been availed. If so, even without consideration is supply. Second point, supply of goods, supply of services are both between related person or between distinct persons in the course or furtherance of business, except where the employer given gift to an employee in a financial year not exceed rupees 50,000, which is not a supply. What do you mean by related person? Important to note. I am referring here simple points but very important advanced concept. Related person, from where you can able to get information with regard to related person. Related person is in the given case, my dear sir, we have explanation to section 15 of CGST Act, where they have elaborated with regard to related person. What do you mean by related person? Important to note. I am bringing to notice. Related person means there must be such persons are directors, officers, one another business. A, B, C, D are the directors of X Private Limited. Out of A, B, C, D, A, B, C are also be directors in the other company, let us say Y Limited. In that case, the directors of these companies are real parties. These two companies are called real parties. Further, one legally recognized partners of the partnership firm, registered partnership firm, which includes LLP. They are the partners in partnership firm called as real persons. The employer-employee called as real parties. Or one company holds or controls not less than 25% of the equity shares or voting rights of the other company. They are called real persons. Further, they said directly or indirectly controlling the other, having 25% more. That means what? A Limited holding in C Limited 10%. B Limited holding in C Limited, let us say 20%. A Limited holding in C Limited 10%. B Limited holding in C Limited 20%. Individually, none is holding 25%. But A Limited and B Limited together holding how much? In C Limited 30%. In that case, A Limited and B Limited are holding subsidiary companies. Together they hold in C Limited 30%, more than 20%. Resultantly, A, B and C are in parties. Further, the members of the same family. Family has definition under the GST law for your kind consideration. Section 2, subsection 49, which says that it means the spouse, husband, wife are related parties, and children's, their children's, father, mother, son, daughter, a family members are called as family. They are form part of the term related persons. Further, they said, and parents, grandparents, brothers, and sisters of the person, if if they are if they are wholly or mainly dependent on the said person. Important. Meaning what? My father is depending on me. If so, I am the registered person under GST law. My father depending on me. In that case, the registered person and his father, namely parent, in parties. No, sir. Who said my father depending on me? He is a practicing advocate in High Court, Madras High Court, earning so much. He is a 44 AB tax assessing. He says, hey mister, you want any money? Tell me, I will assist you. Later he used to say. So my father is not depending on me. He is my father only. We are living together. In that case, father and son, namely person and their parent, are the related parties? Tell me. Are the related parties? In the given case, my father is practicing advocate in Madras High Court. In that case, me and my father, we are the related parties, related persons. Are we same family members living in the same house? Are we family members under GST law? I'm asking you. No, not family. What a great definitions are given here. We are not family. Resultantly, we are not related parties. Try to understand. In this regard, I would like to bring down this one particular important RTP question here. Let us see how many of my beloved friends will answer this correctly. Here, in your page number 24, example. Raman is an architect in Chennai. His brother, who is settled in London, is a well-known lawyer. Raman has taken legal advice from him free of cost with regard to his family dispute. Examine whether the said activity would amount to supply under section 7, read the schedule 1 of the CGST Act. Would your answer be different if in the above case, Raman has taken advice in respect of his business unit in India? Now the point here is, Raman is our client. He import services from his brother, who is well-known lawyer in London. Now you tell me whether it covered under Section 7, Subsection 1, Clause B. What is the Clause B says? Import of services for consideration, whether or not in the course or furtherance of business. Is import of service only. Location of supply outside India, place of supply in India, recipient in India. Very good. Now, is it for consideration? Here they said free. Free. Resultantly, it is not supply under 7.1b. Not supply under 7.1b. Not supply. Not covered in 7.1b. Now, they are asking, sir, if they import these services for the business purpose, I will come to the business purpose. First, at a strict on 7.1b. 7.1b says what? Import of services for consideration. It is not consideration, therefore not going to cover under the 7.1b. If wherever, whenever there is no consideration, your thinking thought should go and refer what? Yes, Schedule 3, where very clearly mentioned activities even without consideration in the supply is covered or not. Under the Schedule 3, where there is point number 2, where there is a term related persons, where related person includes family. I mean to say, you are right, brother. I myself is incorrectly mentioned. Schedule 3 is supply excludes. You are right. Your intervention is well endorsed. It is Schedule 1, not Schedule 3. Why should I went? It is my mistake, which you corrected. Very happy to note. So, Schedule 1, point number 2, where activities without consideration is supply. Well, going to cover there. There is a related parties. Related parties means what? Refer the explanation to section 15, where the term family defined section 249, where it very clearly says that family means the parents and children's. I mean to say spouse and children. Further they said and parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters of such person. Raman brother is in London. Now, what is defined here 249 as a family means wholly or mainly dependent on such person. Wholly or mainly dependent on such person. Now you tell me, Raman brother in London is depending on Raman? No. Resultantly, they are not the family members. If they are not the family members, they are not related parties. If they are not related parties, they are not going to cover under Schedule 1, point number 2. If not there, that means a transaction for no consideration and also will not cover under Schedule 1. As a result, it is not going to be exigible under the GST. It is not going to be taxable under the GST.